What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Frame Reviews. I'm Scott, and today we're reviewing The Death of Stalin, a film that came out technically 2017, and it's just now making its rounds into the theaters, I guess worldwide, nationwide, whatever you want to say. I didn't see the previews for this movie at all, and I saw that it was playing, and I jumped on the idea of going and seeing it based on some of the stuff I've seen critics talk about on Twitter. I didn't actually read a review or see a review about this going in, so I was completely blind, and I thought going into it was going to be more of an actual historical drama, and I was wrong. I was completely wrong. This is more like a dark comedy, and it's directed by Armando Iannucci, I believe. Yeah, Iannucci, the guy that directs and I think may write Veep, and some other different shows and movies that he's done. This is actually the first I've ever been exposed to him, and going into it, I was like I said, I didn't know anything about it. I saw Steve Buscemi in there, and I'm like, okay, Buscemi, and then you see some other actors that you may or may not know. But one of the big things about this is that this takes place after, obviously, the death of Stalin and what is unfolding and sort of webs of lies and deceit that are going on to see who gets to take over power of the Soviet Union, and it's really engaging. I was really kind of skeptical within the first few minutes going in there. I'm like, okay, I don't know about this, and then I started just kind of flowing with it. I wasn't laughing a lot of times. There were a few people in the theaters with me who were laughing, when normal people laugh. I have a weird sense of humor, so I was still into the movie. Them laughing and me not laughing doesn't take me out of a film, but I'm laughing at different beats and different lines of dialogue that other people don't laugh at. So this movie still had it had my attention throughout the entire thing, and I did like that I could kind of look at it as a dark comedy. It wasn't all comedy, a straight comedy, and it was great. So Stalin dies, and his committee is now forced to undergo changes, and who's going to take over what. And some people have different agendas than other people, and it sort of just spins out that way. That's what this whole web that we're actually viewing on screen. It's taking you in different directions, and it's quite thrilling at times. I mean, what I really like about Iannucci's direction is that when he decides to go handheld and go really close, he's telling you different things through his directing, which is what I'm looking for. I love that the editing would quicken its pace during exciting scenes or scenes that were I don't know, like spy espionage feel, burning of documents, taking of documents, and then at other times Iannucci would just let the scene play out. Let's let the actors play it out. And there are some really good long draws of comedy that are just taking place while you're just sitting there looking at like four people standing there and maybe two people off on the right side of the frame, like in a scuffle. And we're all just standing there and you can't help but laugh. It's almost like that Family Guy sort of comedy where you just see one, like, I don't know, Peter just lay down and just go, where it's almost like you're getting annoyed, and then to the point you get over that threshold, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is kind of funny. So then you start laughing at it. I thought that those scenes were really, really great. And there were other times where, it didn't really seem like you should be laughing, but the way that Iannucci plays it, it's like, oh my god, I'm going to laugh, and this person just got shot in the head. Like, that's the power that his direction and this whole movie has on you. There were times where I was sort of questioning some of the motivations of the characters, or even or even some of the characters or the characteristics of the characters and personalities. And one thing that I really think stuck out, and actually in a good way, which I didn't think was going to happen, was that each actor was able to use their own voice. So Steve Buscemi was speaking English American. I'm trying to. I think his name is Tambor. Jeffrey Tambor was speaking American English, and then the British actors would speak in their British English, and just all sorts of that. And I thought that was a really cool take. Like normally, I'm a really big stickler of like, oh my God, we're in Germany, you should be speaking German. Oh my God, we're in Russia, we should be speaking Russian. And sometimes I think that takes me out of a film unless the film it's strong enough to either overcome that or use it like this movie was. Or even an example of that is Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List. They don't really speak a lot of German in that. It's mostly English, but it's so powerful that you just don't care. For me, I like this movie. Like I said, I'm not a huge comedy guy, but this movie is a dark comedy. I enjoy that. It really sort of brings out my comedic personality, and that's what I was looking for. I'm really happy I went to see this movie. I'm going to give it 3 out of 4 stars. Go check it out if it's in your area. I know it's in a couple theaters around here. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.